walk with me, journey with me, and please, please be patient with me. I'm gonna get this out, okay? It's a beautiful day here in North Georgia, and my daughter turned 16 February 3rd, and my son is 17 going on 18. And I told them when they got up today, I said, I already planned your day for you. Y'all are getting out the house. I said, y'all can go to the dollar store, get you some snacks, something to drink. Y'all can go down there to the park. All the teenagers is down there. They've been down there since 10:30 this morning. The high was supposed to be 75. I said, or y'all can go downtown and, hit up the ice cream shop, the candy shop, whatever. Get you some ice cream, get you a soda pop, chill at the park, enjoy the beautiful weather. Because I had already been out this morning, which I wasn't supposed to be, which I had already said. But my point is, now I got the house to myself. It's me and the cat. And he definitely like, why are you in my face? I'm being quiet. I'm laying down. Leave me alone. So, I did a video already on my channel, and it's called Kill That Jezebel, My Testimony. And that basically was me telling y'all about how I had my promiscuous ways, still being married, and during marriage, before marriage, after marriage, all of that. Because I was in this world. I was on the fence. I had one foot in the kingdom and one foot in the world. And Yahoo was like, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So he worked on me. And delivered me from that type of life. So I started with the liking guys in elementary school. I remember I was on a community cheer team, the Pacers. I think I was the only black girl on the cheerleading team. Like, it was a whole thing. And my mom was a hustler, and so she sewed plastic canvas and a sewing machine. She used to sew our clothes when we were younger, growing up. And she said, I could sew the uniform. Got that bag. So she did. I do remember that. And there was this light-skinned guy. That's what I call Caucasians. White, whatever y'all want to call him. I call him light-skinned. So it was this light-skinned boy. Can't remember his name. But, he was like my first crush. And I remember back then, I was around a lot of, like, middle class to wealthy people. And the only way I felt out was with, I'm black, I'm dark skinned, African American, whatever y'all want to call it, dark skin. And it's a sea of light skins. That was the first thing. And so then I think from that, it did add on to outward beauty, so I wanted to have long hair, so I wear a towel over my head and pretend that I had long hair. Yeah. And then there was another guy. Then he was a dark skin, but he was a little light skin, dark skin. So just follow me. And he was kind of like, I guess, my first like real almost boyfriend type situation. I do remember things took another level in middle school. And I want to say it was my 7th grade year. And then from there, this guy, like, we were like a couple almost all the way up to like 11th grade. Well, yeah, it was like we broke off a little bit when I had moved. I was still in middle school. And then we kind of like rekindled things back in high school. And so he was like my longest running boyfriend. And he was so sweet. Like, I remember in middle school, like, girls was like kissing and touching and, you know, doing all of that stuff. And I was still fresh, like, with the V. And because I knew that that's what was going on, I was like, this is what's going to be expected of me. So when we got to spend like some real one-on-one time together, no grown folks around, and house to ourselves, you know, my sisters and them around or whatever, yeah, anything could have happened. But he was so freaking respectful, yo. Like, he was like, I said, well, do you want to come inside, you know, in the living room? We can watch a movie, you know, and just sitting there and talk. And he was like, no, we can stay out here. I was like, a word? Bet. So we did. We sat on the front porch. We talked for hours. And then we was getting attacked by water bugs. So we had moved to the side porch. And the side porch was like a lot of stairs. This was in on the south side of Columbus and Benton Hills. If you know, you know. Yeah, it was really close to his high school and where he lived. And we went to 2 separate high schools, but we went to the same middle school. Yeah, middle school was messy for me. No. See, this what I'm saying. Blank. He ain't got my middle school. But yeah, how we met was different too. I gotta tell the story. I used to come from wherever I was living for the summer to Columbus to stay with family. So I would either be at my Aunt W and Grandma G house or at my Grandma B house. My Granny B, she was a cold lady, for real. She went up and down. She went from like sweet as apple pie to about to knock your behind out to just nasty cold to back to getting back to that sweet as apple pie. I love her because she was there for me in times when people wasn't, like anything that had to deal with school or anything that I was trying to do better for my life. She was just always like hype man, like, yeah, it was so great. She was like genuinely happy for me, smiling and hugging me, and she wrote me when I was in basic training. So yeah, that meant a lot because yeah, basic training phone calls was here and there. And just thinking about it, it's like, yeah, it was just little simple things that I loved with her. Like, I could be like a baby sometimes, how I wanted to be just loved on. And she would be laying in her bed, and I could just lay my head on her, you know. And she would just, you know, play my hair a little bit. She might give me a little kiss, and then, you know, I end up going to sleep. Or talking to her for a bit, you know, before I do anything else. Yeah, so, there's a lot of different things that shape me. But the only thing I can keep holding on to is that it was Yahuwah the whole way. Like, I was not perfect. That's my point. I was not ever perfect, except in God's eye. He the one that made me perfect, and He say I'm perfect, but He also put in His word to show us how none of us are perfect. Like, even when you know, dot every I and cross every T, it's still gonna be a piece off of that T that ain't all the way there sometimes. Or, you know, the dot's not gonna be all the way a dot, is gonna be a dash, and that's where you can find Yahuwah, because He will humble you and He will let you know, like, you ain't all that. You good. You good, you know? Even, and that's the thing. That's pride. That's how the enemy, he gets us in so many ways, man. He hit us with all of them. As much as he won't, as many times as he won't. Because he got a point to prove to Yahuwah that, you know, all his kids gonna fold. But we talking about the creator of the universe, heaven and earth, water, wind, fire, all of that. How you gonna beat that for real, for real? How you gonna tear up your own creator? He created you, so how you gonna tear him up? That's only a plot twist revenge that works in cinema on earth. That's it. That's it. That's the only time that works. Other than that, no. But yeah. I've been on the waiting list for therapy for a year. I've been out of therapy for a year. My son is autistic. I love him. He's amazing. But it can be challenging. It has always been challenging, but it's been so great and so rewarding. I just love him so much. He's awesome. he's so awesome. God-fearing, loving, caring, We're working on the thoughtfulness, but you still be trying to be thoughtful still. Like, oh, I don't want to eat all of the cake, but he want all the cake. My daughter is a super, there's a word for her, super intelligent. They're both super intelligent. She's a hyper sensitive intelligence. She's like her mother. She's so smart. She's so talented. She's so caring. She's so loving. And she feels. You know what I'm saying? Like, she feels. And like I told my mama Carol today, I said, listen, I did what I was supposed to do, and I gotta go see Yahuwah. I gotta see God, and he be like, let's have this conversation. I'm like, look, Lord, I told the children from day one, and I prayed to you about it. These are not my children. They're yours. Hello. I'm supposed to rear them up in the way that they'll go so they won't stray. How I'm supposed to teach them about the word of Yah? We've been doing this since the womb. Because I don't play. Okay. When I was being promiscuous in high school and I thought that, I could have ended up pregnant. Like everybody else was. 17, 16, 18, getting pregnant. I had my steady boyfriend. So me and him was doing the do. When it got in 9, 10, 11. I wasn't so careful, but was, because he always, was ready, protected. But I hear of a lot of the people that, they went into the fight protected, but they still ended up pregnant. I said it first. Yeah. Then I think I had like three boyfriends. Oh my Lord, when I tell y'all I got some stories. Oh Lord help me. I got the really grown one. Just don't really know. He could be selling a little slugs, not sure. But on that music tip too, spoiled me like I don't know what. The crazy slug dealer that was, basically bad about it, talk about a pretty boy, dark light skin, dark light skin, you know what I'm saying? Pretty teeth, had braces though, but they were so pretty. He hated that I smoked. Who else? Oh, and then it was still high school. Yeah, then I had another dark light skin, but Hispanic, Latino mix situation. That's a whole nother story. So, you know what I'm saying? Then I know when I wasn't dating anyone, I can recall 3 just, wild out. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talk. We don't got no, you know what I'm saying? We know a little bit, but we don't know enough. But we're gonna let our boys talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not no saint. Straight up. No. No, I'm not. I'm real. So after I get through that phase, of coming from semi-adulthood to, okay, now you grown for real, which was like, I turned 21 in basic training. So my life that led up to then, from like 17 to 21, is a story. A story. And then it's the military. And how I met my first husband. Oh. Y'all will love it. Y'all gonna think I'm lying. I'm doing all this and the third, but I can't help this the way that God set it up. It happened how it happened. It went down how it went down. And I think that was the problem with a lot of people dealing with me, because it was like, is this girl for real? And I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna end on this note. It's on topic, off topic. So I was explaining to my daughter about oh Lord, my son started us in this conversation, but it just kind of went another way. So I ended up telling her about how it was so different from basic and AIT, and then I told her about, like, when you're at your duty station, like, that's the closest I ever got to, like, college life, dorm life, because that's basically what it was, except we're in the military. So I went stricter rules, And I told her, I was like, when we attempted to get comfortable in basically dorm life, they had already been telling us that, we got orders to deploy, y'all. We all about to deploy. You're in this unit, we're gonna deploy. They were saying this in basic, get ready, because when you get to AIT, you're gonna learn and you're gonna deploy. So get to AIT and they're like, hey, you're here and you better get ready because you're gonna deploy. So yeah, when I get to where I'm getting, that's all they talking about. So we had a good, smooth, like a good, like, maybe 8 to 10 weeks to kind of accumulate to what was going on there, because we already done switched like 2 different places, and then some of us got to go back to our hometown for a bit, then we had to come here. So this is our 3rd place, but if you want to add a replacement, that's 4 places. So it was wild. And I was telling her, I was like, you got to think about it like this. In basic training, but when you go in, it's like, okay, the stuff that you didn't know was like a luxury, you realize, like, oh dang. So we get in there, it's like, oh, no candy, no soda, no, you know what I'm saying? No snacks. Eat at this time, that time. And then it's strict. So then when you go to AIT, it's like a little lax. It's like, all right, you can have soda if you want to, but if you don't pass that PT test, you can get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you get choices. And it went from, like, not having, they told you when you could talk on the phone, when you could read the letters, and when you could write. AIT, they're like, all right, you can, on the weekends or when you get off at 5, boom, do what you want to do. Wasn't no get off at 5 in basic training. AIT, you get off at 5, get off at 6, or we gonna be in the field this week or whatever. You had free time. I said, and with that free time, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna talk about how you and basic ain't no girl on girl, there ain't supposed to be no girl on girl, no boy on boy, no girl on boy. Like, but that's a whole nother story. That's basically what I was telling my daughter, that when they got the chance to wild out, they wild out, okay? They wild out. Every weekend, it was a party. You know, we at the club, they at the club, and then they got the hotel parties. And I said, you know what I did for my first weekend? I wasn't at nobody's party. I was having my own party. Because I had some money saved up. I had some money saved up. I was sending everything to my family. You know, I just did a little sprinkle for them. But I ain't do everything because I'm like getting my bag right. I went to the mall. I got my feet done. I got my nails done. I got my hair did. I did a little shopping. And I took glamour shots. Oh boy, what I told my daughter that she was just like, we kind of had this like spiritual moment. She was like, man, you're my mom and I love you. You know, and she didn't say that, but I knew that's what she was saying because she was like, Mama, you took glamour shots. And it's an inside joke because I put her on to Napoleon Dynamite, the movie, you know, and so, you know, if you know, you know. Glam shots by Deb, okay? Yeah. And so I said I was gonna leave on there, but I'm leaving on this one. I told her, and when we was at our like duty station, you know, we're in this dorm situation, and I had a roommate, and she was an OG, like she had been in already like 2 years, already got, I think she was in like already 4 years and had like 2 deployments under her belt. I'm a newbie. I'm just in here. I'm just trying to figure everything out. You know what I'm saying? We got a little wall locker separating our sides, whatever she doing, whatever she doing over there. And, you know, there's a bed. There's our kitchen, you know, figuring it out. And she had invited me out one time, and I was like, you know, I really don't do the out, I don't do the clubbing, but you know, what, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids, I ain't married, we single. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go out and have a good time, you know, have a couple of drinks, listen to some good music. Child, we went to this daggone club. And it was a ladies' night. I think that's how she ended up getting me out. Cause she's like, yeah, girl, it's a ladies' night. Child, we get up in that thing. And it's a whole male review stripper club, stripper vibe going on. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And so, you know, we got good seats. We're sitting right up front, right in the action. And it was just a lot for me. I'm just like, I'm a newbie growny. Like, I'm only 21. Like, I don't know if I really want this, right? And they saw, all of them saw like it was the vibes, and I was just like, yeah, I only had one drink in me, and I was still drinking it. And then they had got one of the guys to come over and do a little lap dance on me. I was just like so disgusted. I was so disgusted. I was like, all of his body is out. He's sweating, and you know, he's just doing all this, and I was just like, it's not doing it for me. It's not. So after that, I don't even think I went home with them, because yeah, they stayed. So I'm sure I took a cab back, and yeah, I never went out again with them, and I never went out when I was there. Like, yeah, we didn't have time. We ended up deploying. So, but not only that, the little bit of time that we did have, they tried to invite me out again. I was like, no, girl, I'm cool. Like that. Like, y'all have fun. Y'all do you. Like, I ain't judging y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all. But I'ma do me, and don't judge me. And so, doing me was having the day room to myself, watching whatever I wanted to watch on TV, you know, and having a book to read, you know. And I just went to the defect and ate, and I'm good, and I got some snacks, you know what I'm saying? And I was at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, good. For a moment in time, it was like, ain't nobody getting on my nerves. I don't have to worry about no bills getting paid. I don't have to worry about how I'm eating. Like, and I'm saving money. Like, what problems where? You know? But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. And child, I'm gonna rewatch this to see what I done told y'all, and then we'll pick back up from there. Until next time, peace.